calling me a I would take a bullet for you. I would not watch you throw up. Oh no! She's gonna get you! Which, mind you, they both claim to be cousins. Testing, 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 testing. Quick ASMR, okay? Wow. Trigger warning, loudest person ever gets microphone for YouTube video. What is up, Naughty Nation? Welcome or welcome back. My name is Nadia, and I am living vicariously through you guys. Ask and you shall receive. Welcome to part technically this is part 3, but we just gonna start fresh. We're gonna say welcome to part 2 of confession sessions. Sorry, we just talked about that. Actually, I have a bone to pick with you guys. Why nobody wanted to watch me do gaming? I did a poll like 2 weeks ago asking what y'all wanted to see next, and nobody voted gaming. Y'all know I want to play Roblox, but anyways, I'm actually planning on getting a Switch on the 1st of May because that's my birthday month, so I can justify any purchases by saying it's a birthday gift. Like, guys, nobody wants to see me in my gamer era?
Nope.
Whatever. Like I said, I'm living vicariously through you guys through these confessions, and I'm so excited for part 2. I can't believe how eager y'all were to share these stories. I was so scared that nobody was gonna do the forums because there were so many submissions last time. Y'all literally doubled it, like, and I want to get through as many as I can, so we're gonna hop in, guys. But before I do that, y'all know I want to say thank you so much for all of the new, like, my channel is growing so fast. I feel like I need to acknowledge it in every single video. We're almost halfway to 5K. We're like at 4.4. That's freaking crazy to me. And also, the first confessions video is about to hit 100K.
What?
Take a shot. Hey, take a shot, take a shot. That will literally be my first video to hit triple digits. If you're not talking about like hundreds of views. I don't even know what to say. So thank you guys so much. Run this one up too, and we'll keep it as a series, okay? While we're on that topic of views and everything like that, some quick housekeeping before we get into the confessions, because YouTube is YouTube is playing with me ever since my page has started growing and I've started to get monetized like a little bit more. I don't know if YouTube has been like combing through my content or what, but things that used to not have copyright strikes now have strikes. Things that are like that weren't originally flagged for like inappropriate I mean, I don't do anything inappropriate. I might let a couple words slip or something like that, but like I try to keep everything pretty censored. They don't want to see a young lady when y'all don't have to censor yourselves, but I'm gonna be censoring myself because YouTube trying to play with my bag, and I just told y'all I'm getting a Switch for my birthday, so grandma needs some money, okay? So we gonna have to be a little bit more PG-13 this time, sort of, kind of, not really. I never said my content was safe for kids. I never said that. So thank you guys so much to everybody who sent a submission. I'm going to try to get through as many as I can. Is there anything else I need to talk about? If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. And I'm rambling, so let's go ahead and get into this. Like I said, y'all, we a little censored this time, so get your truth serum, apple juice. All right, let's get into it. Last time, you know, I had some technical difficulties with the confession video, so some of the confessions I had already kind of read, but this time, y'all, we're raw dogging. Also, I know I told y'all to put on pajamas. I'm starting to realize I'm an outfit repeater. I have worn every single pajama set at least twice on this channel, and I was not gonna have y'all coming for me. So, y'all, I still got on my little pajama shorts, but make sure y'all have y'all pajamas on. Get y'all truth serum, get comfy, get some popcorn. I don't know, let's go. Hey, girl. Wait. Have I ever caught myself grandma on YouTube? Grandma needs some money, okay? Is this one of my friends? I love your vids and have been watching them since like 2024. You're an OG. You're an OG Naughty Nation citizen. That's so real. Thank you. I love you. When I was 10, I was low-key crazy. I had like 4 crushes. That's so real. I think I discovered Wattpad around that age, maybe like 11. And I think that's where the delusion began. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I had like 4 crushes, one of them being my boy best friend. Yikes. He was so cute and I was so down bad for him, LOL. Anyways, at the end of the 4th grade year, I made a diary using my old school notebook. It was my sacred space and I wrote down all of my secrets. I once wrote about my crush, let's call him E, and how I wanted to play with his hair and kiss him. Aww. I wrote about my other crush, let's call him Banana, and how I was going to ask him out to the dance. Okay, period. I was so scared. I ended up sending him a video saying, hey, will you go out with me? With a funny dog image in the back. He said, sorry, I'm already going to a dance at my school. Did I mention we were long distance? How are you long distance at 10? Actually, at 10, I had way too many online friends. Like, I had a lot of unsupervised internet access in the beginning of like my childhood, and then my parents realized very quickly, like, okay, this is This is getting out of hand. I swear, I was literally experiencing the 5 stages of grief. Aw. I told my friend, and she made a video dissing him. He saw, and things got awkward. He texted me saying, I never said I didn't want to go with you, and I nearly died. My little heart was so full, but then I blocked him out of fear. I regret that. Anyways, back to the diary. My mom found it and read it. She saw everything I wrote. Now, about 2 years later, I have accepted that I was a very weird kid. P.S. Please put this in your video. I think you're going to be very happy to realize that this is the first confession that I'm reading. First of all, I can never criticize too much about what kids did between ages like 10 to maybe like 13 because I was literally the WAPad, okay? I don't even this isn't about me. Okay. Honestly, I don't think this is that crazy. Like, how old are you when you're 10? In the 5th grade? 4th or 5th grade? That's not that crazy. I had crushes and was running too. It's okay. I did a lot of embarrassing stuff when I was 10. I don't think, wait, you said 2 years later. You're 12? Are you 12? Wait, let's go back. This hey grandma is killing me, especially if you're only 12, then this is really gonna kill me. Oh my God. She said when I was 10, now about 2 years later. Are you 12 or 13? Oh my God, we have babies in Naughty Nation. Okay, guys, wait. Keep your decorum, okay? Because we have children. And now I see why YouTube was talking about me. Yo, we got kids in the building. Honestly, I think it's great that you actually weren't rejected and you still ended up winning. Even though y'all might not have gone together because you blocked him, you still won because you knew, like, okay, he kind of had a thing for you if he wanted to go to the dance with you. So this is kind of tame, but it's really cute. So I'm going to rate it, you know what? Let's start off easy. Let's rate it a C for cute. This is really, really cute. I literally have kids watching me. Next. Uh-oh. Okay. Crazy. Okay. Crazy stalker ex-girlfriend story. About 2 years ago, I had an ex-girlfriend. On my 19th birthday, she peed in the hotel bed during my birthday party. She had shown up to my house. I lived with my dad at the time. At 4 in the morning and knocked on my window. Has stayed at the wait. Do you know my dad will whoop my if somebody came banging on my window at 19? Thank God I was in college.
What?
And had stayed at my neighbor's house before and had waited in the front yard while I was pulling into my place, standing. And had stayed at the neighbor's house before and had waited in their front yard while I was pulling into my place, standing up in the bushes like a stalker. She has broken into my backyard. Also, one time she woke up out of her sleep and straight up took a piss in my trash can when the bathroom was right next to my. Sorry. I'm sorry. When the bathroom was right next to my bed. And randomly called me multiple times for a good 4 months after breaking up. And to get her to stop bothering me, my now boyfriend had to answer the phone to tell her to stop bothering me and hasn't contacted me since. Hello? Okay, so there's a lot of pee going on in this story. And one thing about me, I don't know what it is. I can't do fluids. At first, I used to say that I had a metaphobia, which I genuinely do believe that I do. Like, ask any of my friends, I love you. I would do anything for you. I would take a bullet for you. I would not watch you throw up. But then I started to realize anything that comes out of your body, I don't want to see. Blood freaks me out. Pee freaks me out. Throw up freaks me out. Like, everything, I don't want to see it. This is disgusting. It's disgusting. Especially, okay, am I allowed to say this online? I peed in some really weird places, y'all. Was she drunk? It's your party, right? Not some of my proudest moments, but I would never, not in front of anybody. I think I'm backing myself into a corner here. Let's take the attention off of me. This is trifling. Like, it's not even a matter of like, oh, she was peeing on stuff out of spite. Y'all were together when she was doing these things, I presume. Yeah, because it's at your 19th birthday party. And she peed in the bed. Was she asleep? Because if she was drunk and asleep, then that's a little bit debatable. But then she peed in the trash can. You peed in the trash can? Sister, get up and go piss, girl. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people who have like a clean Olympics. Yes, peeing in random places is kind of, gross. But like, if we drunk, sis, you go pee in the bush, hey. But the bathroom is right there. And I don't play about stalkers, y'all. I mean, it's scary. And I don't know the gender of this person, but being stalked as a woman specifically is absolutely terrifying. I'm just speaking from my perspective. Having creepy people in your life that won't go away, it's just like you're permanently attached to this certain part of your life that you've moved on from, but the other party has it. And it's just like a lingering thing. Like, you can't even be in other relationships. Like, you're scared to make new friends and like, I don't know, like, it's terrifying. And you're trifling. You're a trifling ass stalker. Pick one. Either dirty or you're gonna be creepy. You can't be both. Really, you shouldn't be either. I forgot how I ranked this. S being the craziest and F being like, eh. I just gave the other story a C, right? So that's gonna have to be our like meter. Y'all, this is low key kind of S tier. What are we thinking? Like A plus, S tier? Let's go S. I don't know, y'all. This is scary. I don't know. It might seem tame when I'm reading it, but I'm like trying. I told y'all I'm living through you guys. I don't know if that's good or bad now, but like having a stalker is absolutely terrifying. I don't care if you used to know them or what. I want to tell y'all stuff so bad, but I'm a changed woman, y'all. I've been turning my life around ever since I graduated college, y'all. Life has been real slow for grandma. Like I don't have any crazy stories, but I do have a lot from my past. Let me know if y'all want to hear, because I can talk about a few people on here. Okay, but yeah, that's my ranking because having a stalker. Let's do S for stalker. Okay, next we're breezing through these guys. These are a lot shorter than the last ones. I think because I gave y'all a word limit. Okay. I'm such a wimp. Okay. So once I started talking to this guy who I really liked and we got along pretty well. He was nice and super respectful, but he was kind of weird on the cheating topic. He didn't want to share locations. He didn't want me looking at his phone because his ex traumatized him. Okay, well, okay, put a pin in that. Also, he took some time answering, claiming he was busy with football. Mind you, he came from a different city and played college football in my city. So on some long weekends, he went back to his hometown. Okay. The couple of times he went there, he stopped answering at night. He got a back at home. Everybody know. Okay. When you're in college, if you got you a little boo, I'm just gonna use my college town for an example. So I live in Dallas, but I went to school in Houston. If I had a boo that was in Houston and we went, our to our separate towns, back to Dallas, back to Timbuktu, wherever they're from, and they're not responding, baby, they're back with that at-home boo. Everybody got an at-home boo. Everybody got a boo that they link up with while they on break. I'm sorry. Okay. A couple of times he went there, he stopped answering at night. Once I called him out and he got really mad, telling me I don't trust him, etc. Well, yes. The next week he was cold and found that to be the best time or best excuse to end the relationship. He went and got whipped by that girl. So he ended the relationship. A month later, I found out he was talking to five, sorry, five different women, including his ex from his hometown he was messing with when he was back there. Always follow your instincts, ladies. True. What? He once saw 3 girls on the same day. Girl, you dodged a bullet. He's itching and burning, itching and burning, burning, itching, burning, itching. 3 in the Obviously, I will never try to get in the mind of a cheater because typically nobody's forcing you to be in this relationship. If you want to be with one, like another woman, fine. There is no way your heart is big enough for 4 women. Okay, the 3 women that you saw on one day and the other girl that you're talking to. There's no way. And I got a big heart, y'all. I got a big heart. 3 women, 4 women. That's not fathomable. That doesn't happen, especially for a man, because you guys have no love in your hearts anyways. Oh my gosh, this makes me sick. So you guys are just dirty. Like, what satisfaction do you get from messing with 3 women on the same day? Bragging rights? I can't believe this. So we made an Insta group chat, me and the other girls, to plan our revenge. Update, he called his family to tell him. Update, we called his family to tell them all about his weed addiction. Put him on okay. This last one I got a little bit of a problem with. Put him on a queer dating app and sent that to his family. They're pretty close-minded and redecorated his car. One of the girls from the group forgave him and now is in a committed relationship with him. Don't piss me off. Am I reading this right? So before I give any type of criticism, let me just make one thing kind of clear about where I stand on the whole, like, using gay as an insult when it comes to men. I don't like that. Like, I do get what you're saying. Like, his family is closed-minded. You probably don't think being gay is a bad thing. I really don't like when people bring up the whole, like, who texting me? My grandma. What name I want? Okay, so for example, Megan Thee Stallion was just cheated on by Klay Thompson. She just revealed all this type of stuff, and a lot of people are saying like, "Oh, he's gay. Like, if you're cheating on Megan Thee Stallion, you must be gay." Y'all gotta accept that these men just hate women. They don't see women as valuable. They don't think that they should be putting effort into a relationship, and they view women as trophies or whatever the case may be. There are a bunch of other offensive things, that you can do before calling a man gay. I don't know if that's your standpoint. I would highly doubt it. Most people, if you're a part of Naughty Nation, you should know, okay? But if his family was conservative, like, I kind of get it because you just really wanted to, like, stick it to him. And when people are like that disgusting and sick, It does feel like sometimes everything is on the table, okay? But let's use another thing next time. I don't like when gay is the butt of the joke. I don't know. Maybe I'm too woke. Maybe I'm too woke. But the rest of your revenge plan is absolutely hilarious. Old girl is a bird for freaking going back. Are you kidding me? It's one thing to go back to somebody who cheated and like nobody knows. Like, you know, you just gotta take that on the chin and go back. Personally, I wouldn't do it, but hey, I know. But to congregate with all of the women who were also cheated on and be like, you know what, you all, I'm gonna go back. Like he's just different. This is a girl. No, but that wasn't you in the situation. I hope you're not just saying that you went back to him and you trying to put it on somebody else. But that's not you, so I can't put that blame on you. What are we gonna give this, y'all? Three women in one day. Let's give it an A. Let's give it an A. Y'all coming hard. Y'all coming with some hard hitters this time. I don't know. Next. Hi, I'm a female. Love your vids, by the way. I love you. So there's this guy I knew through my male friend. We'll call him Clay. Well, not Clay. We don't mess with Clay, nothing. K. Sorry, I was just talking about Megan Thee Stallion. And my male friend, Luke, and Luke's girl, Portia. So we got K, Luke, and Luke's girlfriend, Portia. We're all kind of friends. And since we were always hanging out, we usually get what? Since we're always hanging out, we usually get greened out. And there's tension between Kay and I. Okay. Recently, Luke told me Kay has a crush, and I don't know what to do because don't get me wrong, Kay is hella fine. Like, he's way out of my league. First of all, I highly doubt that. I highly doubt. So since I know he has a crush on me, I do too, but I'm scared to confess. And from what I've learned, Luke tells me every time we hang out, he will purposely sit next to me and has tried to, you know, approach me. But in his eyes, I'm intimidating or just scary. I don't know. I really do want him, but I'm scared to get rejected because he's always serious too. There was a time I was chilling with Luke and he told me Kate once told him he had a dream about me. Ooh, being all lovey-dovey, and I don't know. I really need advice because I want to move on since he's scared to make a move. It's been like 4 months and now he hasn't said anything. So we're not going to rank this one. I want to give advice. I really do want to start giving advice on here, or the best type of advice that I can. Nobody telling y'all to take my word as bond, okay? I'm grandma, but I'm still a young hoe. So I don't know if it's a defense mechanism or what. To this day, I don't know if it's like because of Instagram or just how people perceive me until I open my mouth. I have the worst case of like RBF in the world. And anybody who has tried to like talk to me romantically, or, you know, we've had conversations, they always say like, oh, like I would have talked to you sooner, but I'm just so intimidated by you. I used to think it was an insult. Oh, come in, baby. Thank you.
No, I'm not hungry.
Okay, just go get you a snack and then I'll come in there in a little bit when I finish. All right, love you. I used to think it was an insult for people to find me intimidating, especially as a Black woman, because it's like, I think we overcompensate. Like, a lot of people think that we're intimidating and scary and mean and loud, and like, not that any of those things are bad traits. So whenever people used to tell me like, I thought you were intimidating, I thought you were, I thought you were da 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 da, but you're actually pretty cool. I take it as a compliment. Put your guard up. If you didn't have a connection with him outside of like, you know, your small friend group and like at face value, you might be a little bit intimidating. That's a good thing. I'm sorry. Especially when we're talking about relationships between a man and a woman. I feel like the best dynamics are when the boy fears a girl a little bit. Sorry. I don't know. I just think that a woman who stands firm, people consider that intimidating, but really, maybe you just know what you want. You know, maybe you're just very forward. I wouldn't change any of that. And if he thinks that you're intimidating and he still likes you, then what's stopping you? I will say, I don't know how I feel about him like not making a move for 4 months. But if y'all are friends, you know, y'all have mutual friends, there are other things that kind of like yield him from saying anything because he doesn't want to mess up the friend dynamic. But girl, ask him. I'm not saying that you need to say like, oh, I like you, let's be in a relationship. I don't think that you should have to make the step. He clearly has already stated how he feels to somebody else, so he should be able to do that to you. But a conversation can definitely be had. He already finds you intimidating, girl, so there's really nothing that you can say to him that would intimidate him more. He already likes you. You know that. Obviously, that's easier said than done because, like, if I were to have a conversation with a guy and tell him first that I liked him, I would probably, like, throw up. But there's really not as big of a risk here as you think, especially if you already know how he feels about you. Don't let it fizzle out. You're beautiful. Let's stop this negative talk about, oh my gosh, she's out of your league. Clearly not. If he's interested in you, clearly not. I don't think any man is out of a woman's league. Sorry. So I think you should do it. I really do think that you should at least have a conversation with him. You should just be like, hey, like Luke told me a little while ago, like y'all had a conversation and I was just kind of wondering, like, You know, do you still feel that way? And like, why didn't you say anything to me? You know, I don't know. I'm just the type of person, I always feel like communication is better than wondering, because my brain will take me to the craziest places. And I've learned that it's just so much better for me to just say what I'm thinking to that person rather than come up with these freaking crazy ideas in my head about what they could be thinking or why they said what they said. Girl, you don't know. And you'll never know until you ask. But I wish you the best. Next one in the first sentence says, you'll probably remember me. So let's see who this is. You probably will remember me because I commented on your last video about them studs being absolutely I do remember you! Okay, so this isn't a story from the last one, but they commented on my video from the last video. Okay, I'm gonna get into this. It's it's finna get juicy, so grab your snacks. Y'all heard her. Okay, so my cousin, we're gonna call her Banana because that's actually her nickname. Oh, that's cute. There's a lot of bananas. The last story had a banana in it, right? Look, this was like 2020 through 2022. Banana calls me one day and goes, you like girls too, right? I said, I don't know. I'm still figuring that part out, and that is okay? My cousin calls me again, but on a 3-way call. It's with a stud. No! Apparently, she follows my Instagram and thought I was cute and wanted to start talking. I'm like, cool. We're gonna call stud Creature. Okay, so Creature was like, let's go out. I'm trying to see this through. And I'm like, see what through? We barely been talking a week. Okay, so boom. I go out with her, probably hit almost 2 weeks of talking. In lesbian time, that's like 3 years. I'm just kidding. We're at this really nice place. Now, me being me, my mama raised me not to depend on nobody for no money, period. Y'all know that's right. My mama did me the same way. So I already came in, already in mind that I'm paying the dinner bill. Well, if she asked you to go out to eat, you shouldn't have been paying nothing, but we're talking, chatting it up. Her phone goes like 4 different times. Them studs, she got about 4 films on the line. You guys, I just realized, I don't know at what point I started this, but the echo setting on this mic was turned up a little bit. So it might sound like I was in a cave for like the past 15 minutes. I really hope it wasn't the whole time. Hopefully I can fix that in editing. OMG, I can't do, what is up with these freaking, I know what it is. For some reason, sit down videos just give me such a hard time. I'm so used to doing like vlogs that any video where I sit down, it's just too easy, right? It's just too easy to sit in front of a camera and talk, right? So I have to mess it up in some type of way or another. Let's get back to the story. So where were we? She had 4 films blowing up her phone. Yup. Her phone goes off like 4 different times. Then her phone starts ringing. She puts her phone on D&D and flips it over. First of all, even if I'm in the wrong, I know not to flip my phone over. Because that's like too obvious. It's too obvious. Y'all losing the recipes. Okay. Now, I'm not a nosy person, so I ignore it. Red flag. I should have asked, man. Okay, so here comes a check and the waiter asks, are we splitting or is it one bill? Keep in mind, the stud asked her. I'm not one to put heteronormative roles. You know, some people feel like, you know, the stud wears the pants, the mask wears the pants, or whatever the case may be. I don't believe that. I'm kind of over traditional gender roles, but I do believe whoever asked to go out on a date should pay for the date. Let's see what the stud does before I start talking shit. Okay, so here comes a check and the waiter asks, are we splitting it or is it one bill? She hurry up and hands the waiter her card and says, I got it covered. She's trying to make up for the fact that she just flipped that phone over. I was like, oh, really? It's like that. I might give her a chance. Me ignoring red flags if somebody's tricking. The next day, I'm chatting it up with my friend, telling her about Creature. The Creature The creature calls me. I ignore it and text it, I'll call back in a minute. She starts blowing up my phone and said, you're already cheating, like we're not even dating yet. It's been a month since we've been talking. I learned very quickly that anybody who accuses you of cheating is definitely cheating. Like, y'all, we gonna save my stories for the story times, okay? But just know, if somebody's accusing you of cheating that quick and is getting defensive that quick and you've literally done nothing that points towards you cheating, that person is cheating. Okay, you already cheating, talking to other females. I hate that. Talking to other females and dudes. I paid for you last night and that's what we're doing. Hold the hell up. I'm like, we're not even dating yet. It hasn't even been a month since we've been talking. I call my cousin Banana and tell her, hey, what's up with your friend? I sent her the screenshots of all the calls and messages that the girl done sent. My cousin starts laughing and goes, oh, I forget, she gets jealous. That's not jealous. That's called projection. If you've done nothing else to convince me that, or to make me think that you're cheating, you just tell me like, hey, I'm gonna call you back real quick. My brain is not automatically going to go to, oh my gosh, she's cheating, especially if we're not seriously dating. We've been on one date. No, honey, this isn't jealous. This is possessive and deranged. You're definitely right. I call Creature back. She's screaming at me on FaceTime. I wish that somebody who didn't pay my phone bill would ever get on my phone screaming. Actually, I'm waiting for the day. Actually, let her call me. Let her call me. Y'all handle this. Don't worry. I'll handle it. She's screaming on me, calling me a
What?
and every slut shame in the book. First of all, I don't play about slut shaming because even if you were a slut, we love the sluts over here. We love the sluts. What the heck? I'm staring at her, just continuing doing what I'm doing, and she's getting pissed off and hangs up the phone. So, for 2 days, she didn't text or call. It's like maybe 3 or 4 days after not texting. Okay, so that's her record. Like, she just likes to go 3 or 4 days without texting people. Girl, you would be blocked. So, it's like maybe 3 or 4 days after her not texting. So, she stops worrying about her, and they go to Walmart with a friend. I see Creature with another woman, rubbing her back and touching her parts in public. Ew. Yuck. Love is a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong. PDA and Walmart, we had some lovers in Walmart in the last story. Save that shit for the crib. I'm not worried, honestly, and could care less. Creature sees me walking away and starts yelling and cussing in the middle of the store, walking over to me. How are you gonna be in the wrong and you cussing at me? I try to speed walk out. She runs up in my face, screaming at me and yelling at me. Who are you? Are you her? She was ignoring me for. I start crying because this girl is beyond insane, and she was just here with some girl. That's why I told y'all it's literally projection. I can speak for y'all. I've played these games before. Don't let nobody project their insecurities onto you because 9 times out of 10, they're the ones doing the thing that they're projecting onto you. I'm telling you. Don't cry though. Don't cry in the Walmart, sister. And I'm like, I cry a lot. Don't cry over her in a Walmart. She's beyond insane, and she was just here with some female getting mad at me for my friend. After that, I blocked her. She started texting me from spam accounts, text now numbers, I'm assuming, and just begging me to talk to her. Then she started stalking me, showing up everywhere, and I'm acting a damn fool. I get the cops involved, as you should. If this is gonna, like, we got a pattern of stalkers in this week's video, call the police. We gotta start calling police. I told y'all last time, like, y'all be letting stuff go on too long. Call the cops. Call the cops on these people. You get a restraining order. Okay, period. As you should. Of course, and what does she do? She doesn't give two shits about the restraining. She ended up getting arrested. I heard from my cousin Banana, and she's plotting on me once she's out. Ah! Oh no! She's gonna get you! It's actually not funny. After that, I done swore on everything I'ma leave them studs alone. Let me put it like this. For one, you know you're with the shit if you got a stud plotting on your downfall. But she's in jail for how long? I'm scared for you, sister. We need to do something. We need to protect you. Did she get arrested for something else, or she literally got arrested because she wasn't obeying the restraining orders? These are questions that need to be answered. With the temper that she had, screaming over crazy things, like just going off at the mouth in the middle of the Walmart, I would assume that this is not her first offense. I'm so glad that you didn't, like, this isn't a story of like you going back to her or tolerating any of that, or like, I need a stud to get on here and state their case. I don't want to continue with my agenda. I want to love you guys. I really do. We need the studs to come to the front. Studs, come to the front. Not all studs. Not all studs. I think that you did everything that you're supposed to do. Keep them windows locked. Hopefully y'all never link. Hopefully she don't know where you live. This is a S tier story, y'all. S for studs of evil. I can't even act like this is too far-fetched, y'all. I know what them studs are capable of. Next. Okay, this one is really short. Not a relationship story, but in high school, I pretend. Whenever I see school pretend, it just reminds me so much of myself, y'all, because I was so delusional in school. Like, I had 50-11 personalities. I still kind of do. But anyways, in high school, I pretended to have a crush on this girl because I felt bad, and I had said that her mom didn't love her. You said that? I felt bad that I said her mom didn't love her after I saw them interact on what I think was presentation day of some sort. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why you said that either. It was very insensitive and most likely also very untrue. At least you could, okay, self-reflection. Anyways, for context, I'm also a girl, and I don't know if she picked up on the crushing behavior. I've mentally blocked out a lot of high school, but she probably just thought I was weird. You know what? Having a crush out of pity is low-key real. It's unfortunate, and you should never act upon it. But come on now, like, you see somebody who's a little bit quieter than you in school, or a little bit more of an outcast than you in school, and you can't help but be kind of intrigued. I don't know if that's considered a crush, but like, there were definitely people in high school that I would look at and be like, oh my gosh, like, they're so quiet, and like, I wonder if they have any friends. And you just create this, like, why are we like this? You create this like entire life story of why they're the way that they are. Whole time they have a great life. They could care less about you interacting with them. And you're probably making their life worse. I don't know what that is, but I feel you. I've kind of low-key been there, and I hate that because I bet you people have felt that about me. Like, oh my gosh, she's just like always alone, and like, but no, like, sis, I love being alone. Let's give this a D. That seems kind of harsh. Maybe a C plus. Maybe a C plus. In 8th grade, I transferred schools and met this guy who was supposedly in love with me since the moment he met me. LOL. Okay. We started dating around the end of 8th grade going into freshman year. Throughout the whole time, I thought he had heavy feelings for me because he always did so much for me and never left my side. During sophomore year, I met this girl and we became good friends because she would hang out with my ex's friend. Wait, exes and somebody else or exes and the guy that we were talking about in the beginning? I don't know. We'll find out. And me and her were the only girls. We were literally close AF, but I always felt that she had a weird intent towards my man. Okay. So she's still with a boy, which I did not like. I felt it in my gut. Anytime she was there at her cousin's house when my man was there, I would go because I didn't like them being together without me around. One day, I checked his location and I had hers as well, and seeing that they were both in San Francisco. So I FaceTimed him and told him to show me who he was with, and the girl was there. Mind you, he told me it was just him and the boys. Weird AF. Then, a little bit after that, he went on a camping trip with his boys. I seen her story just to see that she was there. Sophomore year of high school, you're actually going to meet the most evil people in your life, okay? I remember my boyfriend from my sophomore year in high school, and he was actually a spawn of Satan. I'm laughing, but it's actually not funny. Like, I'm literally about to be 22 years old, and the thought of my sophomore year boyfriend in high school genuinely traumatizes me. Yeah. Okay, so he went camping. She was there at the camping trip, and closest to my man. I instantly knew something was up and brought it up to him. He reassured me and my dumb ass believed him. You're not dumb, sister. You're young. And in your life, you probably hadn't had many interactions with men that maybe you couldn't trust. You might have been a little naive. And I'm sure you know where this is going, but fast forward a bit. His friends text me and tell me that he cheated on me with who I thought was my friend. And not just any cheating, he had full-on relations with her. I mean, this is a big deal regardless, but like, especially in high school, that is a huge deal. And if your high school is anything like mine, I would assume like word travels fast, okay? Like, we had, in my little hick town, we had nothing else to live off of aside from the drama that's going on in our high school. I crashed out, and at the end, this boy started dating another one of my friends, which, mind you, they both claim to be cousins. Which, that's a whole other story. No, that's not a whole other story. What's going on? Anyways, we were together for 3 years and have been broken up since this situation. I'm now turning 18 and finished high school, and I'm still hurt over this boy that I love since I was 13. LOL. Don't feel like you have to, especially if you're only 18, don't diminish your feelings. You don't have to LOL. One thing, okay, Naughty Nation, listen up and listen very carefully. I have literally felt every single emotion, probably when it wasn't warranted, but in that moment when you're 17, 18, hell, she said she was liking this boy since she was 13 years old. Those are the realest feelings that you've ever felt. So don't downplay yourself. Cheating and like having actual sex with the person that you're cheating with is a really big deal, especially in high school. I understand like why that hurts your heart. Don't feel like you have to downplay your emotions just because like you feel like you should have already moved on. I don't know. I feel like there's this culture, which I appreciate in a sense, but I also understand how it could be like extremely harmful for young girls to be like, boss up sis, like he broke your heart, like don't worry, there's other men out there. That is 100% true. You're gonna find so many other partners, so many other friendships, relationships, whatever, that are self-fulfilling, that soon you are going to be able to laugh at this. But if the wound is still fresh, the wound is still fresh, and that's okay. And I feel like the first step in truly being able to move on and not like faking the funk and pretending like, oh, whatever, like he down, I'm up, is admitting that you're sad. Okay? Feel what you feel and then you can boss up. I'm so proud of you. Move on. I'm so glad that people are standing their grounds because I'm not gonna lie, like there have definitely been a bunch of times where I did not. This is another cheating story. You know, like I said, unfortunately, a man cheating is nothing out of the blue. It's so unfortunate, but it's so true. I'm proud of you, but we're gonna give it a D. But only for him. I'm so proud of you for moving on. We're gonna give you an S. But this story can go on the D's because these nuts. He can suck these nuts. This is really embarrassing, but nonetheless, I tell you. When I was 19, okay, I'm getting a lot of 19s here, and I definitely understand why, because actually when I was 19, it was probably the most miserable time of my life. Like, I was doing some out-of-pocket shit, okay? When I was 19, I was just getting out of my shell. I had just moved out of my parents' house. I was living in a new city, okay, period, and I wanted to explore, young and naive. So I downloaded Tinder as one does. I'm swiping and whatnot, and it's going fine. And I get a match. That's so exciting, right? Spoiler alert, wrong. It was this cute guy, and I said hi. He said hi. And we have like a 2-sentence conversation before he goes, and I quote, "Let me suck your..." Okay, period. I'm bored, so I go, okay. We meet up and hang out in his car in my apartment complex. We talk a little bit and he asked me if I want to smoke. I had never smoked before, but okay. Let grandma tell y'all something. Your first time partaking in any type of substance does not need to be with somebody that you don't know. Just for future reference. I'm not judging. I'm not a cop. I had never smoked before, but I say yes because I want to experience something new. So we smoke and he follows through with what he said he was going to do. I reciprocate, of course, and his wood. This is why YouTube wants to ban me, y'all. This is literally why YouTube wants to demonetize me. Y'all gotta calm down. But after I got out the car, I went back in my apartment, texted him goodnight, and noticed he blocked me. What? I was sad but got over it. Then he unblocked me and texted me 2 weeks later wanting to hook up again. I, like a dumb say yes. You were 19. Okay, I feel like anything that you do at 19 is excused. Being 19, that doesn't count. So we hook up and it's good, and I think that we're going to stay in contact. It's the start of something good. Nope. He blocks me again after the hookup, and I'm wondering if there's something wrong with me. Nothing is wrong with you. I'm glad that you're self-aware, and I'm glad that you know. Nothing is wrong with you guys. These people are evil. And of course, he unblocks me, and like a month later, we hook up again. Okay, so maybe something is a little wrong with you. No, I'm just kidding. This time it was so good and so amazing. It was like our two souls had become one and our chemistry was mixing well. Aww. And we ended up doing it. I then proceeded him to buy him. No! Why did you buy him food? And we drove back home. And I surely thought that this time we stay in contact. But nope. He blocked me again. And I ended up moving to a new city. He unblocked me trying to hook up again. And I told him I moved. And I hadn't heard from him since. Kind of sucks that I allowed myself to be used like that. But I was young and naive. We live and we learn. When it comes to situations like this, I really don't have any room for criticism because I understand. I would say 3 times going back is crazy. But if this person is a guy, which I presume they're both guys, I know, or I would assume from what I've heard, that there's a certain stigma around like hookup culture when it comes to like gay men. You know, like it's a relatively smaller pond. So when you have a good relationship with somebody, it could feel like, oh my gosh, like I should make it work with this person because I don't know how many other people, you know, in my city, in this small city, who are like have the same interests as me, are attracted to me, and are also gay. And like, you know, like that's a lot. Honestly, I'm heartbroken for you. I know what it feels like to be manipulated by somebody and feel like it's for the sake of love, and you're convincing yourself, oh, it's just forbidden love, and maybe he's just going back and forth debating on like if he really wants to be with me, if he really wants to be with a man, or I don't know. Like I'm just making up stuff. It's sad. It's sad that people can get away with that type of stuff. Who is to say that he was even openly gay? Like I don't know. I'm just putting stuff out there. I hate that you guys have to go through this. I don't want you guys to go through this. This is supposed to be fun, but now I'm just like, damn. I'm lying. I'm having a blast. But like, come on. What the heck? Let's put this in a C. It's not cheating. It's just somebody who's like going back. One day in the summer, after my senior year of high school, I randomly got a DM from a guy with 500K plus followers asking me out on a date. Obviously naive and interested in his clout, I went out with him. Plus, he was cute. Okay, that'll do it. I later did some stalking. Found out he was famous on 2020 TikTok for making those cringe e-boy videos. You know the ones? Sister, I do know the ones because I was there. Like, I was the cringe 2020. It was me. Dang it. I go on a date with him and it's fine. However, he mentions he lives on a lake on a boat and has a boat. Hey, I was talking about. I'm a sucker for a boat. I want to go on a boat so bad. I'm low-key scared of boats, guys. I've had friends ask me to go on like cruises for their birthdays and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, I read the Titanic when I was in the 5th grade, and I have not walked around with boats ever since. I want to come around to it. I'm gonna start off with like maybe a small one. I'm a sucker for a boat. So on our second date, I went to his house to go on his boat. Period. He's giving me a tour of his house, showing me the kitchen, his room, his roommate's room, and suddenly he brings me to the last room. He says that this is the baby's room. Oblivious, I'm like, aw, your baby brother, right? Right? No, he says my kid. He's 5 months old.
What?
Keep in mind, I'm 18. He's 19 years old. Totally okay to have a kid. I mean, yeah, like teen pregnancy is a thing. But no idea, and he hadn't mentioned it before. Tell me why I was so shocked and nervous. I told him I couldn't do this anymore and walked out of his house and left. The mix of TikTok famous and 5-month-old child didn't work for me. Hashtag not sorry. Hashtag whoa. Let me turn this down because, y'all, I've been so loud this whole time. I hate to admit it, but grandma does unfortunately have a similar life experience. This is how I feel about men with kids. There are a lot of things that I do feel like you can withhold until you know that you're, like, you know, not exclusive, but at least, you know, this person is worth sharing this type of information with. Having a kid is not one of them. I feel like you need to make your beliefs clear, you know, where you stand politically very clear, your relationship with past people very clear, and if you have kids, very clear. That is not something that you can be like, oh, I wanted to make sure. No, because first of all, if you laid down and had a kid with somebody, that's not something that you should be kind of, I don't want to say ashamed, but like, that's not something that you should be reserved about. I feel like if you laid down and had a baby, you should be proud about you should be loud and proud about being a father. Okay, in the same way that y'all bash women about having kids and whatever the case may be, if you're a man and you have a son, you need to be open about that. That is not something that you can hold off on, especially if you're 19 years old, because that is a rarity. It's not as common for a 19-year-old to have kids as it is for if you're dating in your freaking 30s or 40s to have kids. Don't be ominous and then try to be like, oh yeah, try to throw that in there. Oh, this is the baby room. What baby? Put this in an A. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand how people can go lying about kids. I'm so proud of you guys in this form because y'all are walking away. Kudos to you for understanding that at 19 years old, it is not your obligation to play stepmom. This one is one sentence. I only kept talking to my ex because he looks like Chris Brown. F. Next. Hi, babe. So I'm in a committed relationship with my boyfriend of 3 years, and me and him and my close childhood friend were hanging out, whatevs, and I'm just going down memory lane. She showed him a video back when we were in band together, Theater Kids Rise, and little context, I was 100 pounds heavier and had an eating disorder, which led to me having a really bad relationship with food. Not anymore. Love yourself. Hey, love yourself. BTS mentioned, but yes, guys. My boyfriend asked where I was, and my friend roughly pointed. He exclaimed, the one next to the hunchback. And would you guess? Said hunchback was me. I've been distant since and don't know what to do.
Oh, you look so cute.
Thank you.
Siri.
No, it's okay. I'm literally using half of your stuff, so.
No. It's recording?
Yeah.
Hi, y'all.
Wave. Okay, so I definitely misinterpreted this. I thought she was saying that the childhood friend said that, but she was talking about her own boyfriend. So I think you should beat him up, but I'm going to keep the advice that I said about the friend in here because to a certain extent, I think it still applies. So just like use your imagination. Every single time I say friend, just pretend I said boyfriend. Okay, sorry. I would be lying if I said like, you know, me and my friends didn't like make kind of like jokes adjacent to that, but it makes it worse when if a close friend of yours knew that you were having like, you know, body image struggles or obstacles and they like said that. If something made you uncomfortable, it really doesn't matter what that person intended, whether it was a joke or if it was low-key a little bit of truth in it or whatever the case may be. Impact will always be greater than intent, right? Even if they didn't intend to hurt you. If they knew if you were having body image issues in the past and they went out of their way to say that instead of just saying like, oh, she's right there in a literal video that they could pause and stop and rewind, that's weird. And if it made you uncomfortable, you have every right to be like, hey, this made me uncomfortable. If you have a conversation with that person and they're like genuinely dodging, like going out of their way to explain why they didn't mean to hurt you and why it's not that serious, and that person's not meant to be your friend. A friend knows what you've gone through. They've seen you in different like phases of your life, right? And you said that this was a close friend of yours, so I would presume that they kind of knew what you were going through. I feel like you have every right to stick up and say like, I did not like that. It could either be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, like that was not my intention like at all. But even still, like there's no excuse. But you know, like if they're genuinely apologetic, then like I feel like you're able to kind of determine like whether you want to be their friend or not. But if they're like, oh, you're taking this too serious, you're done. So I think that the first step is owning up to how you feel. Don't let anything discredit that and have a conversation with them. I'm gonna put this in D. Just because it's an advice thing doesn't mean I'm not discrediting how you feel at all, because I've been there. But I hope that you're able to talk it out. Really hoping that this is a conversation that just ends in a, oh my gosh, like I was dead ass wrong. I really hope that you can forgive me and that we can move on. This one is in all caps. So I'm assuming that they're really stressed. Okay. I like two guys at the same time and I met both of them online. Both also don't like me very much. So basically, I don't know how to talk to people in person. And sometimes a girl gets lonely, okay? I feel that. So I go on Discord to talk to people sometimes. And I ended up meeting two different guys separately. One before the other. Wait. The drink getting to me, the drink getting to me, the drink. One before the other. Either way, while both are friendly, it's clear that they don't like me, and one sort of kind of ghosted me because he was busy. But I saw this TikTok following go up by one, and it was a girl that followed him, which sounds kind of stalkerish, but I digress. He only follows like 6 people on there, so it's noticeable. Either way, what do I do about this? Because it's kind of giving desperate from my side. It's big sister advice time. If you can tell that they don't like you, I promise you, the same way it was easy to find them, it's going to be easy to find people who are also interested in you, sister. I promise. Sister. If you're ever in a predicament when you're young and beautiful and turned and you feel like you have to wonder whether somebody likes you or not, dead it. If you have a surface level relationship with somebody, 90% of the time, the feelings that they're displaying to you is all that they have. If they seem disinterested or not romantically like involved or like don't want to take it to the next step, 99% of the time, that's the truth. There's nothing in between the lines. I really wish I had an older sister to tell me this when I was young, because I tried so hard to like make the most mundane interaction seem like, oh my gosh, but I can make this into something. I can fix him and we can be something. That effort that you're putting into making somebody like you or making a relationship work could be put into so much more. And you guys are worth so much more, especially when there are so many options out there. I know you're beautiful and I know you're funny and because you watch me. So I know you have a great personality. Forget them. But I'm going to put this at it's kind of funny. Like they're only following 6 people. We'll put it in a C-. Let's give it a C-. We dated for a year and some months. We had a dog together. Oh, you know it's serious when you have a pet together. Low-key, having a pet is more serious than having a baby because, like, you go out of your way to get a pet. Like, you go adopt a pet. Sometimes people get knocked up on accident. People have babies and they're like, okay, I'm going to keep it, for whatever reason. But going out of your way to get like a dog or a pet with somebody, that's kind of serious. I damn near lived with him. I took him on a cruise and several other vacations. The relationship was very good, no infidelity or things like that, but all he ever wanted to do was play video games, and he got lazy and stopped planning dates or even stopped brushing his teeth and taking care of his hygiene. Ew. I know, it's gross. Anyways, fast forward to June 2025. I broke up with him and told him I deserved better. Okay, y'all, I'm so proud of y'all. Like, you guys are sending on business this time. I broke up with him and told him I deserved better and didn't want to be with someone who didn't value me. He spent months trying to get back with me, and we even slept together in October. I'm assuming October of 2025, and started talking again. This went on until December. We got in a big fight because he lied about talking to this specific girl. I told him I wanted a night to think things over, and he cried and cried. Y'all know how I feel about crying when they're wrong. Let me finish this, child. He cried and begged and said that he's fine, that was fine, and that he wait. So he did all that crying for nothing. Shut up. The next morning, I text him and tell him we can be together as long as he drops her. He tells me he doesn't see a future with us anymore. What? He was just crying the night before. He was crying in that girl's arms. I'm literally getting war flashbacks. I genuinely hate this for y'all. Like, this is not a front. I hate this. After a night, I say okay and tell him I need closure and I want to get all my stuff from his house. Closure is fake. There's no such thing as closure. He tells me that's fine and text him when I'm there. I go in, see our dog and everything, and start packing up. Girl, take that dog. Take that dog. I start packing up all my stuff as we have a conversation. He starts freaking out and being like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I love you. I want you. I fall for it. We spent the weekend together, and then 2 days later, he tells me he's not ready for a relationship. This is stressing me out, y'all. A week later, I find out he's dating a girl. Now, fast forward, it's 3 months and they've been dating now. And he's been in my DMs for the past few weeks trying to cheat on her with me. I'm never going to be that girl, and I took my time to get over him. But I'm glad he knows that the grass isn't greener on the other side. Okay, let me know down below how y'all feel about, like, telling the other woman. Personally, I feel like if I know, it sucks because I've been the other woman. And if y'all want a story time, I will tell y'all because I hate this so bad. I hate this so bad. I will tell this story. I literally will. Just a man in general that you know has a partner and tries to pursue you. Do you feel like you should automatically tell that woman? I feel like yes. But I've also known from personal experience women who will know that and stay. And it kind of almost feels like a slap in the face. But I don't regret ever like telling a woman like, hey, I just found this out. I feel like you should know, and whatever they do with that information, so be it. But it definitely does feel like a slap in the face when like you know that woman knows and like she genuinely just doesn't care. Did you tell her? But okay, let's put that aside because that's not what the premise of the story is. I keep opening up these confessions expecting different stories, but the basis of all of them is that men are evil. Every single time we just see men get a taste of a healthy relationship, they realize that they're not ready, which is already one thing. You know, like nobody's forcing you to be ready for a relationship. But then stop coming back. Stop coming back. You know what I want. You know that I'm the type of woman that wants to settle down. You're with somebody who maybe is a little bit more casual. That's fine. Stop talking to me. 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 Like, why? Why bother? You're like hurting everybody else in the process of you trying to figure out who you are and what you want. And that's not fair to the women that you're dealing with. Just because this is the last story, I'm going to give this a B. Just because, like, you're in his house. Y'all have a pet together. It took you being in his house for him to be like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? This hurts my heart. This hurts my heart. I can't keep letting these videos get me so angry because I need to come up with something like a mass destruction button for every single man who has wronged you guys. And I will get that in the works. I'm dead eye. I'm dead eye. I'm dead eye. Okay, guys, this is getting pretty long. I think this is low-key longer than the last one. So I'm going to have to put a pause. I know there's so many that I wanted to do. Anywho, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here because this has been absolutely insane. I think this one is low-key wilder than the last. And I didn't think that was possible. If you really want me to read your story, or if you really have something that you want to share that you didn't share this time around, please let me know and I will 100% do a part 3. Thank you, guys. Hold on, let me get... Did you guys see the Michael Jackson movie yet? I haven't seen it. I'd rather be alone tonight. You can say I love you through the phone tonight. Do you like this? All right, guys. That's it for this week's video. I love you guys so much. And thank you guys, as always, for doing these submissions. I love doing things that are interactive with you guys because I want to include y'all in every single video that I can. Let me know what else y'all want. Y'all want some advice? Y'all want some story times? Y'all want some what? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram so you can always see what's coming up next. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!